I loved every second of it.
People really love when I tell them, you know, hey, I was in Canada for 20 hours and this is what I did while I was there.
It was just one of the most empowering things I've ever participated in.
I think there is something special or feels different when you get a group of women together in any capacity.
I had no idea where I was going, what I was doing, and I didn't care.
And I knew something magical was coming. Whatever that was.
Combining the two ideas of a spiritual quest with a motorcycle ride is really the first of its kind. The pilgrimage was a women's-only mindful motorcycle ride that took place over 2 days in July of 2019 on Vancouver Island in BC, Canada.
How was your prom ride?
This is 30 years of experience all coming down to this moment. Thank you. Moving the kids' bikes. The smudging was part of my family's tradition. It's mugwort, which comes from Central Europe. And basically, it's preparing you for your travels. It brings you between the veils. So now you are in the pilgrimage. And you are also protected. Have a safe ride. The conceptual idea of the pilgrimage being this spiritual weaving through the motorcycle ride, contemplating the ancestors, yourself, the rider, and Mother Nature, had to be delivered through the refugios. I had to create a way to invite women into the idea of these contemplations. And I thought the best way to do that would be handwritten envelopes with their names on it.
When I opened the note and realized that every single one, and I did the math, that they were all handwritten, I was blown away, and it made me feel that much more special. I'm like, somebody loves me and they don't even know me.
You know, that first stop, I was like, oh, okay, this is deep. This is totally different than what I thought it was gonna be. I really needed that letting go kind of message. And it gave me a lightness of being, I think, for the rest of the trip. So I think that first stop really framed it for me.
I needed to take the time for myself and not race through it like I do everything else. And it turned out to be one of the best experiences of my life.
Your bottle, your pen.
I had the opportunity to grow do something that I'd never done and get entirely out of my comfort zone.
To me, that feeling of being out in the elements was about matching my spirit. Like, I'm free when I'm out here. I'm wild. I feel like the wild animal that I am, and I don't have to conform to being in society or being what other people think I am when I'm riding.
One of the most interesting things I think for me about it was that there's this stereotypical idea about what a group of women is and does and their behaviors and their attitudes, and it just blew it all out of the water. There was no drama, there was nothing but support and love.
And I've always been of the mindset that I don't want to be pigeonholed as just being a mom, because that's not the only thing that I am.
Because we're all like-minded people and we're all there just having a good time and just enjoying what we're doing and being present and in the moment and just loving the hell out of life in that moment.
And it teaches you a lot about learning to live with yourself, and that I'm okay, this is enough. I don't need to explain myself to anybody. This is it. Take it or leave it.
That was kind of the key to the whole trip, was not knowing. And just letting yourself be open to whatever the hell was going to happen.
And the magic of, like, we've just done this journey. You've let go of whatever you've needed to let go. You've collected what you've needed to collect. And now we're all coming together after this journey to enjoy whatever the night's going to be.
It's so beautiful. We would have got an extra.
At the end, it was just like everybody was already connected.
Yeah.
You know, I loved the getting together in a circle and just looking around and listening to people's stories and meeting new people.
Probably all wondering why I brought you here.
It was such a supportive, cathartic kind of thing. To experience what we experienced, it bonds you forever.
And to experience that and see everyone loving it up and loving each other and reveling in this space.
A lot of the women were special to me, or we shared moments that were wonderful.
It was just like this back and forth of love, and yeah, it was amazing.
You don't have to have expectations about this, and you don't have to organize it, and you don't have to schedule it. You just need to be be present and be mindful.
It just added to the experience of feeling accepted.
Even though we were all on the same path, we all experienced it differently.
I met all of these wonderful women, and it was like so good for my soul.
And you just have that, that sense of I am enough. That's incredibly empowering.
That evening was one of the best evenings of my life.
When we left that morning and we were smudged, I had to excuse myself for a minute and just wipe a tear away because it was so amazing to see all these women together.
So the fact that we don't know if it's ever going to happen again is also the magic of it.
I have the sense that it will happen again. I just don't know when.
I will forever be thankful for you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.